5650 SPX. It's not a huge one, but it's bounced off of it. I mean, like,
missed it for texting.
that's why if it
But
goes,
that
it
was
goes.
the
I could
entry
also
right
see
there.
getting
Watch.
long through it.
It was this
because
line right here, this line
it's
right
gonna
here,
try and test
and
higher.
the RBI, like
Nice.
Oliver Velez
I woke up.
talks about it right there.
687.
Well, Jay, it looks like maybe the move out of this area in the Nasdaq is going to be to the
It's
upside.
to the long side. Yes, it is, Hogue.
Right.
19,700 is still a
Bam.
potential target up here.
So how do we
I
get
wouldn't
in?
mind buying a pullback
That's
to
what I wanna
610s,
know right
611.
now. How do we get in? How do we get in? How do we get in?
610, 611 pullback.
There's gotta
Okay.
be a way to
610,
get
611.
Might be high,
in.
Jay, is
Something's in here.
620.
What's in here? That's 100 lot
Give me
upside.
the signal. The
45,
signal was
lot.
Not much in there.
that he never got
800 at 89, 89 in the orders
below-
in the S&P.
Oh, man.
never got below
Yes, it is.
30%.
Yeah, a little bit of a
Why?
pullback here.
Let's check it out. Before the break, it was right
God,
there.
the market is
This
twitchy right
candle
now, I'd say.
got up there, and this candle play over there, and nothing
Yep.
got.
You know, a lot of upside.
Below
Look at that.
that.
About a 9-point pullback in the ES. Made new highs. 9-point pullback. Now 10-point pullback. New highs in the Nasdaq. 19,639. Saw a 40-point pullback beneath those 600s.
Okay, so let's look
direction.
at another
Can't sustain the move.
situation here on the 1 hour. Let's see the 1 hour, because that's the one that
2% long.
made the input.
Tilt's been-
Let me
Tilt can't figure
close
it out either.
all these things.
Jay, we got back those 610, 611s.
So this
think?
is
Yeah, we did.
1
Not
hour
yet.
right here.
Not yet. We blew by that level by 20
1
points.
It's holding steady.
Nothing yet here.
It's 11 o'clock reversal.
So this crude trade.
So it
Topped out
touched
71.57.
Would it
30 cents lower.
come here?
71.27.
Does he have legs to go there?
What's
That's the
trader?
question.
That's not real.
So it needs to go above
With some elephant.
41.
Oh, whoa.
Let's
Hello.
see how this plays
I
out.
funded account
Somebody caught that
traders.
long?
Yeah, sure did. Well, Ramey, oh my goodness. Ramey, one of our live funded traders, 8 a.m. Central. It's up $79,000. As of 10 a.m. Central, now up almost $60,000. Gave back it's all relative. Gave back some, but still up significant, up $60,000. Was up $79,000 at 8 a.m. Central. 2 hours later, up $60,000. Live funded trading, real profits, real execution. We'll keep an eye on that story throughout. Maybe we'll ask Risk. They're coming on with us. Yes, they are. Keep an eye on that story throughout the day. But yes, Randy putting up a really, really big day right now. Hold on to those gains. Big numbers. Man, oh, man. Yeah.
Jay, do you keep a yearly VWAP on yours, like on a daily? Do you keep that on there?
I don't hoop. I'll look at it every once in a while if I look at it like a daily chart, but I don't keep it on the charts.
63,
Where do you have yours?
the high?
No, it's just, once again, I hear I think as old timers, we always try and incorporate
Wow.
different things. And after watching a lot with Brian
Wow.
Shannon and stuff, he just, that yearly number, like where volume
That's
kind of
awesome.
comes in, goes in and above, it just seems like it's always a very good point of interest. And I've started to watch it more now. And it's just literally tagged to January 2nd or whatever. And it's kind of interesting to see what happens below it and above it.
Just tried to join the bid there at
Yeah.
601s and got missed. So let's see.
Love it.
I do like this long still.
For these headlines. Still nothing on the White House. Seen comments from EU, seen comments from Canada, seen comments from Mexico. Nothing from the White House. They're just gonna be quiet all day. So you're telling me they're just gonna
There's no way.
slosh around.
No chance.
There's no way. He's letting everyone else get their comments out first, and then
Kabam.
Show discipline. We're gonna show discipline. Come on. Thoughts on gold? Gold Spires coming back in. About $5 off the highs there. 3165.
Hey, what do you know? Bitcoin's positive.
All right, now we have Francis. That's nothing there. Another run here.
missed that entry. Damn it.
Dow very strong.
Order filled.
56.85. Jack, what are you hawking over there? Locked into something.
Locked into a few things. What do they say? Fingers in a few pies. We got, if it goes higher, I knew that would entertain you there.
Oh my
We get
God.
about 56.90. I'm thinking about buying to see it take out the highs, and then
Order filled.
there's just this feeling in my mind right now. This is what I'm locked in on, that like the tariffs go kaput.
Order filled.
Seconds.
We have another line back here.
56.85.
This, I didn't make this one up.
Yep. On there.
Linear
That's already needed
regression
shed.
channel
Just holding
has
right here. Just
just
holding right up
moved.
against these highs.
Yeah, this feels like it's gonna break in a minute.
42,398. 42,398.
Come on, do it.
42,398. 42,398. 42,398.
Let's see what this is.
What are you locked into?
Slack. Shouldn't be the. All right, we're seeing this bit of roll over. Crude rolling over here. 7116. Topped out at 7157. Yeah.
398. 390.
Everyone's flat, correct? Here, everyone's flat.
Crude barely has
Yep,
that
flat.
range.
42.
We're still long the 1CL.
398.
Oh yeah, that's right.
But Hogue, we've had two other trades so far. Hogue, you had a winner on the oil, right?
398.
Hogue's not here right now.
Yeah, he's gonna be back. Yep.
The winner. It's like 3-1.
Yeah, looks like maybe about 527 on that. House count realized
Doing all right.
1062 pending the oil trade.
Nice.
Sorry, yes, the oil trade.
It's not bad on a day like today. We're just waiting. Everyone's just waiting. Again, comments out of EU, Mexico, Canada. Nothing out of the White House yet. Your move, basically, sounds like
They're working
your
the
move.
phones.
Oh hell yeah! Basically saying your move, United States. Go from there. Tilt even 50-50. Just very, very waiting. Longer we hang out.
Andre,
Hey, Hoop,
why
the
is-
longer.
Why is
What's up, Hoop?
France's foreign minister? I'm looking at the juice because that's
That's what
all
I
I
read.
mean, that's the world we live in now. If a deal can't be reached with Iran, then a military confrontation seems to be almost inevitable.
That's the one I didn't read. That's the one.
I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah, that's the one I held off on.
I'm like, we're such a news-driven market now. It's crazy.
Super twitchy. Yep.
Yep. Yeah, that's it.
Something's going on. I mean, crude off 50 cents. Not
Yeah.
necessarily off that headline, but yeah, that's the one that. Let me for a second there.
Yeah.
Aaron Hines, I can't read all that. Aaron Hines, I can't read all that.
We get it.
Point of control, good target in that crude trade. See if we can hold it here. It's back to VWAP.
Oh, break it down first. Yeah, it is.
I get stopped out.
So
there, I think.
let me see here.
Yeah.
Crude.
Yeah, let's break this down.
Start with 30. So, all right, I have TPO profiles, and so the TPO point of control and the volume point of control can sometimes be vastly different. So on the TPO profile, the point of control, which is the widest line of TPOs closest to the center of the range, it's considered the fairest price of the day through time, was right up at 71.57. 71.57. So that becomes here. I'm gonna put this here so that we can see it. 57. That becomes a visual target. It's a comfort level. Traders were comfortable trading there, and they will go back and revisit those levels. So it took one look at it, one tick above it, and then the buyers just kind of backed off, and we're starting to see some rotation. I think we probably just got stopped out on that.
I think might have been low tick.
Just got stopped out on that. So that was $100 winner. We were looking for a little bit more out of it. We were looking for the value area special situation play to play out, which would have taken us up to 71.74 on TPO charts, 74, but it didn't quite finish. So now the market is just like semi-rotational. We've got the IB high here, 71.20. We're back inside of that. We haven't taken out the IB low. If we do that, then we fall into rotation. So right now, it's just the market is just kind of digesting information and looking for whatever it's going to do next. The opening range does remain the low of the session, so it's still a valid long down there as long as we don't take out the low of that opening range. The low of the opening range is the IB low, 70.79. So you can just keep an eye on that. This thing could just,
what did we
could just whirl around
out of
and
that
continue to
trade?
push higher. Yep.
$100.
So that trailing that stop was, at this point, we don't know if it was a good idea, but they tend to go looking for those trailed stops, don't they?
Yep.
All right. Well, now we're all flat. Level of indecision here.
We've been hanging out here for a while. Kind of just channeling upwards, but
and I was locked in because I was just waiting for it to get a little bit higher would be a go for me.
Right above yesterday's highs. Yeah, I see that, Jack.
Third time's the charm.
Yeah. Euro close. 17 minutes. Anything else? Has anything changed with the schedule? See if this announcement has. Nope. Still scheduled for 3 p.m. Central Time. Closing bell.
Is this right? No, this is not right.
Interesting.
Anyone looking at anything in the Nasdaq? I know our Nazi folk are getting a little restless.
Getting itchy over there.
I am, Jack. Yeah, I'm looking to buy the next failed selling move, which we might be getting right here. Let's see if these 580s hold. The only problem is this news candle that we had at 9 a.m. If I attach a VWAP to that, it's still in the range, right? Where price is trying to leave it, volume isn't. So it's not, this is probably like a B- trade at best to the long side.
Why'd you say B-?
if volume was leaving that range, then I would just go with them. But so far they haven't shown that, and we've had a couple pushes up, and this 19,650, which is right above us.
Sure.
Not trading it at all. So I'm thinking, how convinced are buyers actually up here? Not very much so, right? There's a lot of indecision here, and
Made of wood.
could be a really
Wooden
quick sell
buyers.
move if they don't get what they're looking for.
Chris Long. Come on.
This is not pushing up. That's like a double top.
It's the VIX. VIX gotta be under 20 these at this point, right?
No.
Nope, 21.86. 21.86.
Couldn't get it up there with
Double
Liberation
top
Day.
is about to
We haven't
It's about
what is
to
in store this
go
afternoon.
the other way. It's gonna
That was
touch
crazy, that
here.
stat Jack had that
Oh,
on
yeah.
that break that we could only get to 30 on the VIX. That's crazy.
Most chill sell-off ever.
Ever.
Then
No, all options.
tell
are
Hogue
just
that
gamble
stat.
now.
Tell Hogue that stat,
Yeah,
Jack.
Hogue.
Check
So
this out,
is
man.
the only time.
It's
This is
wild.
the largest drawdown we've had in history of the ES, where the VIX has never gone above 30. So we've sold off 10%, but the VIX never went above
Yeah.
30.
Huh.
Ever.
What's that?
Never.
What does that mean?
Well, I was
Does that mean we're
discussing
just-
yesterday.
the one just
It's
opened.
there's just general. It's people are hedging their uncertainty, but there's no singular event that's happened. It's just been like death by 1,000 cuts. As I
Uncertainty.
mentioned, right? We spiked to 60 in August
But you
on
wanna
the carry
walk it
trade
that way?
day,
How's
because
the-
that
how's
was an
the
event you could point
volume?
to. This has just been a tweet there, a news story there.
Bueno.
Maybe today markets will be closed, but we'll get
That was support
something resembling certainty,
there.
but
Will you
probably not.
support it again?
No
What?
capitulation events, right? Like we had in the summer.
What are you going to
Right.
do?
right. And you expect
Right
that's
here.
part of a lot of the
Right
Yeah.
here, what are you
technical
gonna
folks we're talking about on the way down.
Okay,
Let me
go.
zoom out
Okay.
to the 1 hour here. We can still get the whole, such
Order
Look
filled.
at this. That's
Pretty
beautiful.
orderly.
So orderly. And I mean, you can see what's happening with this constant back and forth in this channel. And,
Mhm.
making a second attempt here to try and take out these lows is that, you would expect the VIX to spike much higher before this was done. That there would be a capitulation event, that there'd be
Right.
some actual fear, whereas what I see all over is kind of like mild annoyance and agitation. If we, if I go to my SPX and we take it out to like a day chart here, I'll share this tab instead. 5,500 only takes us back to September
91,
of
right?
24, right?
Mhm.
Got our 91. Where is 91?
No one should be losing their house right now, and if you are, you're definitely over leveraged. But let's zoom out further. Like, all right, whatever. Hell, let's go to the weekly.
If you alt I that thing, I mean, it's just like buy the pullback.
I mean, what are we doing here?
Just to
Yeah.
pull
Isn't
back.
it 2 years of going up too, guys? I mean, I hate to say it. You get used to, 2 years of just up and to the right, 20% moves. It just, this move feels like, I don't know. It's like sometimes you see it feels like it's worse than it is, but it feels like we haven't got there yet. I don't know, to me.
Well, because it strips everybody's gears.
Yep.
Everybody's used to buying the
Mhm.
dips,
Mhm.
and when it doesn't work anymore, what do you do? But do you think maybe? I mean, we've all been discussing the idea that there have been very few adults in the room in the equities, if you will. Do you think some of those adults are kind of maybe picking up some bargains along the way down here and supporting price a little bit. I think there could be another capitulation move to the downside, but
well, who knows the truth? I mean, the narrative has kind of been that there's been a lot of, I forget what the exact number is. There's been a lot of inflow of retail buying the dip and institutions selling right now. But let me remind you, especially when it comes to picking tops and bottoms, the institutions suck too. I mean, Goldman just revised their year S&P target for the third time, and it's April 2nd.
Is that right? I love those.
I believe the first one was like 6,500. I think now they're down to like, that's 5,300 or something, but it doesn't mean anything.
We'll see. I'll tell you what. You better tune in at the buzzer today after that announcement in the Rose Garden. You better tune in at the buzzer. Good luck, Coach Jay. Coach Jay, Coach Paul.
Order
at the
filled.
Buzzer right after Power Hour. We'll see. If
do we have permission? Is it going to be live? Do we know? Do we have permission to pipe it in? To just bring in the video.
Let's look into that. Let's look into that. That's a good call. We should definitely do that if we can. We'll see why. It's in the Rose Garden. I mean, you want to close to the press, you wouldn't do it in the Rose Garden, but hey.
Right. There was those
you get in there, Jay?
50 points. I did not hoop. Yeah, I am hesitating today for some reason. 580s though, right call. Anybody catch that long? I think this is the push now. We get to 700s.
This right here, right now. This is the one?
Yep.
Order filled.
What changed? Why? Is just the gut feeling here? Or volume?
No, there was some volume that came in the S&P at 75. On that pullback, there was a buyer that came in. About 1,500 contracts traded in a second in the S&Ps, right at 75s. Yep, this is it.
Beautiful, Jay. Great breakdown. Talk to us, Jay. New highs. Great.
I mean, we're just going to push to 700s now. 5,700 in the S&Ps, 19,700 in the Nasdaq. Let's see. If there is an entry in the Nasdaq right now, it is 19,622.
Fantastic read, Jay.
You guys ever want to see Jay frustrated that you're about to get the closest to it? Because this is a 100-point trade in fucking 6 minutes. Excuse my language.
Oh, he finally did it.
There we go, Jay.
It, man.
That a boy.
Potty mouth. I love it. All right, let's see. New highs here. ES. New highs. Dow. New highs. Nasdaq. Jay read it. This is the one. He said, yep. He read the volume. He's excellent at reading volume.
So, Jay, you're looking at.
I'm going to hit the lockout button for an hour. Yep, I am, Hogue.
Yeah, I like that. So, what was it? Was it the high volume on that last red bar that kind of said, all right, that's the liquidity to the downside. Now look to the long side?
Yeah, so right before that move, right, we were talking about looking for that next failed selling move. And if we look at on the S&P, I was talking about that news candle. Volume in the S&P left that news candle range. So wherever sellers were willing to take this, as soon as they stop, that's where you buy. And in the Nasdaq, it came down. And if we look at, we got headlines coming out in the Nasdaq, where we came down to was that VWAP from the news, right? So sellers failed there. As soon as they give it up.
Get a load of this one.
Musk is stepping back.
Rallying. Trump tells Inner Circle that Musk will leave soon. Yep.
Order filled.
Step back from current role in coming weeks. Market gold selling off on that.
Tesla up. Oh my goodness.
No way.
Wait a second. I get back to my. Yep. Tesla is jumping on that news.
Holy. Up $7 on that news. Up more than that.
But remember, that's just a rumor so far.
Jeez.
Okay. Didn't have what's going on. All right, yeah, new highs here. 56.92. Tesla actually Tesla's pushing higher. Tesla up. Oh boy. $8-9 on that.
Just a rumor.
What just happened to gold? Dante, we're trying to figure that out as well. We've seen crude. Man.
Where you guys? Bottom one tick.
We got
Even
a
was a
wall.
low of that.
We got a wall of offers up here in the ES. If these are all real, we got 2,000 on the offers between 93.5 up to 95 in the orders, and they are gobbling up these offers right now. We got a wall of offers here.
We're long 1 ES.
Let's cook right through it. Sweet. What price?
Nice check.
93. It's not nice yet. If we don't.
Yeah, hold it.
Uh,
Trump's lead, or Musk is gone. Market likes it.
Come on, you gotta take out these highs.
Crude moved higher on that one.
Yep, we touched it.
Damn. Euro close, 5 minutes. A lot of offers in the ES. Starting to see some headlines coming out of the White House now, but not the ones we expected.
No.
And Elon Musk will step back from current role coming weeks, according to Trump's inner circle. Trump told his inner circle, I should say. Dow new highs. A lot of offers. Eating all the Pac-Man style here, Hogs. Ooh, wow. Boom. There we go. All those offers. What was that?
Those up.
Yep.
I projected
One,
308. I mean, why 308?
No.
That's not it.
Come on.
Wasn't 308, it was 408.
Gold is just doing
No,
what gold does when it takes
398.
the
Yeah,
IB,
that's what I
rotated.
projected. 398. And
Mm.
now we are, we hit that, and now we're going above and beyond. Correct.
If
Without.
this really wants to
Okay.
get going, I'm gonna just keep giving
Say it,
analysis
Jay.
here. If this really wants to keep going, 5,700 obviously is going to be a
where?
bit of a level to get through,
Where
but
you
there's
going?
potential
Where
up
you
to
going?
5740s if this market really wants to run. Right? If we look at where settlement is, we're only up 0.4% right now in the S&P and about 0.5% in the Nasdaq, and
400.
Yeah,
K
There goes the overnight
that's where it's going to go.
400, 409,
Yesterday's
410,
high.
410,
These
450.
markets
boy.
come from such lows. These rallies feel like they're so much bigger, and then all of a sudden you look, we're unchanged because we're coming from 200-300 lower. You know,
Yeah.
that's what's just
Exactly.
kind of
Man, Booker's still going.
Oh my
He's been on
He
one.
stopped
insane.
yesterday, didn't he?
Oh, did he stop? Okay. I was
Bam.
all right, let's keep it out here. 5,700s. There you go, Jay. And we are
That's
cooking
the one.
now. 9,700. Jay read it like a good job, Jay. I know you didn't take the trade, but
Yeah.
great read. Great read. If that's any consolation. Sorry, man.
It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good.
Hey, we've missed better trades this night.
19,000.
you could have been empty
Zero-
yesterday, right?
You got
That was brutal. Absolutely brutal.
That was brutal.
Jack still long from 93.5. House count long from 93.5.
I added another one, so from like 95.
All right. 95.
I'll take one off quickly. Come on, let's get a little bit more of a convincing push. We're higher than we were in those last two attempts. Third time's the charm. Let's do it.
I'm with you.
it.
Buyers mean business here.
Dick, I'm proud of you. It's the harder trade to take. You're buying the high.
Well,
Leaning into it.
let's not all slap our backs yet.
Well, just the fact that you took it, you acted. You took it. It's good.
Decision.
We're buying coming here ES. We're buying coming Nasdaq.
Hey.
Nasdaq. Now Nasdaq leading the way, Jay. How about that?
Yeah, it is.
Go figure.
750, just every 50 point level from this point.
You know, Jay, we didn't take out that 5,600 level in ES. I was talking about it this morning. We didn't take that out this morning. That was kind of a sign to say, hey, you know, this would be 3 days in a row of making higher lows, you know.
Yep. Coach Vince and I know Hogue talked about it as well, that 5611, 5612 area, right? Low of the day so far.
Yep. Also, yes, 10%
10% off the all-time high.
You said it, Hogue.
Okay, we'll see.
Yeah.
We took one
not the
off
only
for
ones looking at it.
profit. We'll see if we
Very nice.
hold, because this is the trade I talked about where I actually want to sell it if it gets through. You know what?
It's a
Flipping a
reverse
check.
button.
Euro close 60 seconds.
It's a reverse button.
That would be wild.
You want to push higher. Crude woke up to the upside. It's a moving, just little moves here, little moves there, and all these markets, gold, crude. Solid consolidated, then boom, move. It's yeah. You said this is the one. Yeah, we're gonna go. Man, he's popped out of that range, and
We did.
Yeah, and something I was talking to the VIPs about where, 580s is where I was looking to get in, but really, after that 50-point pop, there was enough room in this trade to still take it. So that's where you should go mentally, right? Just, okay, how much room is still available, and do I just get in on the flow? But we'll get to the next one. I like these 95s holding here, Jack.
I mean,
Yeah, that's the thing. If it gets below the 95s, there's always a chance to get back in.
You're long one right now, Jack, right?
Long one. Took about kind of a free trade right now. We took $300 out. Okay, 95s. We are at 4 points, is 56, 54 in the SPX. So let's see if we can hold it.
there's some stops up here. 5702 is going from big fat round number to big fat round number, or is there more room here? Jay, I know you're talking about, you said 750s in the Nasdaq.
Yeah, 750s would be the next spot I'm looking. We're definitely going to get some, and talking about some options levels. I did start using the Mentor Q options levels, and 19700 is a big one, call resistance that we have here. So not surprised at seeing a little bit of a resistance, but as long as the Nasdaq holds above 670, I would still be looking to hold on to this long.
On tariff day,
Just
that's
give a
the
little more
news that
breathing room.
on tariff day, that's the news that
Euro
gets leaked.
closed.
Yeah. Interesting.
Jay, let me know how you like that knowledge of those Mentor Q gamma
Yeah,
levels over time. I'm thinking about it.
Mm-hmm.
It's
What I've
definitely
realized,
talked
though-
about. Right?
Yeah, what I've realized is it lines up with a lot of levels that I would look at. I think for me, it just helps with the process of identifying those levels a little quicker, right? Where normally I would be looking back on the charts and looking for high volume in the equities, where this just puts the levels out there. I'll mark them up on the charts, and then I start my analysis from that point. But this 19700. It's a whole number level, right? But there are some in-between levels that I think are really nice that do show up.
I did that in Discord yesterday, where and guys I've traded, we had to know about options on the floor, enough to be, I would say, dangerous. But we hear gamma and delta a lot. Like, you know what I'm talking about, Hogue, right? We had to know that for the test, or basically if I was, looking to get out synthetically on, some limit up stuff. But gamma and delta is talked about a lot. So once again, the level of trader that we're talking to, I went down the wormhole yesterday and just, CME's got some really good content about talking about a put, talking about a call, talking about gamma and delta, because they're just, those are talked about. Gamma exposure is talked about a ton right now.
Order filled.
Yeah. And if we start cooking here above this,
yeah,
this is where the options people
kick in.
There's going to be buying.
Yeah.
Nice read, fellas. Good stuff. We're here 5,700 in the spoos, as Jack's golfing partner said the other day.
As I was once yelled at. Still love you, Nelly. That was bad phone etiquette. Nelly. See if I can get Nelly on here. He's a great guy. I think he lives in Florida.
You ready
now.
for Masters Week, Trey?
Oh, you know it, yeah. I am.
Order Phil.
Shambo out. I saw not competing. But Scheffler's to win again. That'd be 3 for him. Always Reds. Love that tournament, man.
I'll share some stuff next week in Masters Week.
Yeah, it's the start of nice weather, man. Like I always associate it with like, Fatima. I can go outside now.
Yes. Fatima says, "Ew, golf. Why ew golf? What golf ever do to you?" I'm just messing. Yeah.
I say that after every time I play.
Edgebrook.
My father was killed by a golf ball.
Chubbs Patterson. Come on, Jack. Where? What price exactly in the ES futures? Where's that pain? Where the buying has to start? Just based on your read.
My read is that I love this as long as we hold above about the area of 56.94. And you can see we keep on right now in the micro moves. Just keep on coming back and testing it. If it goes, because it suddenly does not look bullish to me. If we've done it twice already, this line is moving a little bit, but like we went through, tried to do it, went back, went through, did it, and now this is the third time we got a little bit further.
I'm gonna go.
Gold did wake up.
56.54.
Andre, we were talking about. Go ahead, Hoop.
No, go ahead, bud.
Order Phil.
We were the other day, Andre. We were talking about the delta for individual candles. The 1024 3-minute candle has positive 3,900 delta in the S&P.
Damn.
Which clearly above that high, we probably saw some stops go off there. But 50% of that candle, this 95 where Jack is looking, if that holds, there's probably some longs getting in there as well. Jack, I think as long as that candle holds, I would even set my CYA below that, right? Just let them give them the space to work. That could just be the beginning of this move.
It could be. I think.
Or it could just fail.
This is one of those where we have low risk. Well, it can't fail miserably. Right now, our stop puts us down $300.
Right.
Where if it really holds this, things are cooking right now in the news.
Yeah, starting to pick up. Jay, you're talking about that delta plus 3,900 in that candle.
Yep.
Explain it. Explain it to me like I just started trading yesterday. What does that mean? Just high level. It doesn't.
Gotcha. So in that 3-minute candle, there were 4,000 more contracts market bought than sold, right? So that delta number is going to be the difference between market order buys and sells in the volume. So 4,000 more contracts to the buy side traded in that 3-minute candle. It makes sense where it happened, right? It happened above the high of yesterday. So there were probably some stops above there. So what I would be reading now is, yes, 4,000 more contracts were bought. Are those buyers that were buying to open a position or close a position? If they're buying to close a position, then maybe we don't continue higher. If they're buying to open a position, then they want to defend these prices because they make money if price goes higher, right? If I was just getting out of a short there, I don't care where the market goes at this point, right? So I may not defend these prices, but if I'm opening a position here, then I may continue to buy because I want to defend that position.
Yeah.
Also, like Hoag's note card examples.
Yep. Yes.
Eventually.
Yeah. I mean, if you're liquidating, if you're covering shorts on that pop, that's taking buying power away from the market. And if the market just dies up there, it's probably not going to continue. But if you're putting on new positions at that level, aggressively using buy market orders, you don't know how long that buying is going to sustain.
Right.
So there's a bigger probability of continuation if that's new positions more than if it's short covering. Problem is, you never know.
You never know.
Oh, that coincides.
You guys had a delta squeeze the other day, right? When you were on there,
almost.
Jay.
Oh, with Jay? Okay.
Well, yeah, with NQ, didn't you? Remember that? That swing?
Correct. Yep.
Yeah.
It worked?
It worked for like
50.
2 minutes, but it wasn't that heavy negative right into the highs. So it was a quick pop. It unraveled and then just kind of settled even.
John Nardi in the chat. Guys, I don't know why you think your gamma and delta info is accurate and important. You can't possibly know how people have hedged their delta. Absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. It's just something to take note of. That's simply all it is. All it is.
It's a level.
Important. It's important because size came to the market. Volume drives everything. And
John Nardi.
I think it's
I knew a Mike Nardi. He was in the lumber pit with me and Jack Doherty, John Doherty. Mike Nardi was a broker in the lumber pit. I don't think you're related. Maybe you are, but nice to see you, John.
Good crude.
Yeah. About to make new highs.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, we touched it.
We got about 15 minutes left here in fast markets. Hanging out around the highs. This is a bull flag. John Nardi, is this a bull flag? Maybe it would be. Maybe we're just consolidating. Maybe we're running. Yes, this is around the goose. I don't know, John Nardi. We're all in this together trying to figure this out. Appreciate it. Always looking for more knowledge, more information. That's the beautiful thing about Top Step TV. All these fellows up here, guys and gals, always looking for new perspectives, new set of eyes. With a lot more emphasis last year or so, starting to look at those options levels. Leads to our trading decisions here. Pulling out those size orders on the ladder. Constantly adapting. Appreciate it, John Nardi. We still in this, Jack?
Yeah.
Right on.
But now we're testing the 95 again. 94.
What's going on at Tesla? On there.
Up $11.
So Musk is actually stepping down?
Is
it real headline?
Just the rumor was enough to do it.
Yeah, right.
Whole day is going to be like this, boys.
They leaked that shit on purpose. I mean,
Hey, and the other thing with gamma and all that, by the way, when the professionals are talking about it, and people I'm in the space with like Anne Marie and Dee, I'm gonna look how I use it, right, Dre? I mean, it's gonna look. Yeah,
you gotta look. You gotta be open minded to it. It's a lot of good knowledge being. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
Nobody knows everything. That's for darn sure.
Citadel might. They're pretty good at this.
That might be. You might be right on that.
Citadel, they seem to have this thing figured out. What are we long here in the crude? Crude $70.92. We're up about 50 cents, 60 cents in the crude. Chop around the highs there. 71.49. This crude trade we've been in for what? 3 hours now.
We got stopped out.
We took off a lot. Yeah.
We got stopped by a tick.
Yeah.
Oh, I did not know.
01 was their stop.
Oh.
It's great. Tesla
it.
released dismal numbers today, but their boy is back apparently. So off we go.
What's going as long? Jay, are you still locked out? How much? What's the count?
Yeah, I locked out for an hour. I locked out for an hour because I didn't want to try. I got 38 minutes left. 38
Damn,
minutes,
that's a long time.
which gives me enough time to trade whatever craziness is going to happen in the afternoon.
That's true.
We'll just execute on those.
Jay with an F-bomb today. That's your head coach of the Lunatics and co-star at the buzzer. It's going to be wild. If this thing goes down to 3 p.m. Central,
yeah,
everyone tuning in at the buzzer. You got to watch. We'll see if we can get that press conference on the Reuters. I see why not. I'm doing it on the Rose Garden. So he wants the whole world to see. But yeah, Jay, great idea. But at the buzzer, Coach Paul, Coach Jay, man, buckle up.
So, Hogue, remember we said that whatever the move was going to be out of that news candle was going to be big, whatever it was. Just looking at the volume here, look at when it happened, right? We got significant volume, sustained volume. The problem with this candle here, which was at 10 a.m. Eastern, it was 10 a.m. Central, was it looked above and then didn't sustain. But as soon as we got that sustained volume, and I don't see much of a reason to get out of here. We could see some pullbacks around these major levels, but I don't see them letting it fall back into that range. Jack, you still in, or did you just get out there?
No. I took it off, and I considered even reversing
Flipping
it because, well, this is the initial. This is what I was talking about earlier when I was wish casting, is that we took out this and then maybe sell it on the way down, but it's fine. House account,
ratchet, basically.
Flat. Basically, yes. We let me take a look real quick. House account is up 11.18.
Order filled.
Nice. Take that.
I'm taking a micro long ES right here.
Hoop long one micro E. The pullback, I see that hoop. What price do you get?
86 and a quarter.
This works. I like that trade. JD, come on in. Hot streaks.
Nighttime.
We lost Miguel. Who's risen to the top? We got to do these hot streaks. It's staying hot right now.
We did lose Miguel. Poor Miguel.
We did.
And
pouring out.
That crude oil stop is totally tearing me up inside right now. Just eating me up. If we had put it 3 ticks lower, would it have missed us, do you think? That's the question. Those are the kinds of things I think about. All right. Anyway, here are your fun to trader hot streaks. Christopher F. in there for another day. Made $247 trading the NQ. Now at 41 days, we're at $9,086. Luke hit a little winner. Paired it off a bit. Or reined it in a little bit. $22 trading the micro ES. Now at 36 days, we're at $4,026.
Order filled.
Stephanie with another nice day. $335 trading the Nasdaq. Now at 34 days, worth $50,385. Amnaj, another big trader. $315 trading the Nasdaq. Now at 33 days, worth $47,714. And then Richard rounding out the top 5. $215 trading the micro ES. Now at 32 days, we're $72.27. We got some big players on this board. Stephanie and Amnaj. 5-digit territory. $50,000, $47,000, almost $48,000. Those are decent hot streaks.
Order filled.
I'll keep passing these names on to the
I love when you do that.
The risk team. These guys, whenever I see guys like this trade, I look at their trade reports, I spend a good amount of time, and then I pass them on to the risk team for a call-up. Or I recommend a call-up for them. I don't always listen to me, but what we're here for. We need live traders. All right. There you go.
Hell yeah. Got more JD for lunch.
Crude oil.
Today. Look at that. It's a David Green Wednesday as well.
It is. David Green will be here. David Green and Dakota, and then they'll be back again for Power Hour. So we got a lot happening this afternoon. Stick around, folks.
Yep, more rising star. Johnny D, number 70 on the big board, joining JD and Dolby time after lunchbox trading. It's 1 p.m. Central. This day, what it has in store? We're starting to see the sell off. Does it really sell off?
Oop. Yeah, man.
1,000 lot S&P's 87 orders.
87 orders. Yep. Touch. I guess we're down 20 points. Gosh.
Take a look. Did it again.
I love micros, man.
Oh yeah.
And limit the risk.
That cat pounds the chat. Thanks for today's show.
It's one of my guys. VIP.
Yeah. Sweet. It's a pit raider, eh?
Mm-hmm.
Being with us all day today. Bell to bell all day. 6 minutes left.
Order filled.
Yep, blue boy. What's that price again, Jay? It's up there.
Stop
Trading.
87 in the orders, 1300 now.
Or no. Yep.
These aren't they're not trading. Sounds like they're just 687 lane. Remember when the caveman trade was so easy? But what happened? What happened?
They caught on to us. They were watching the stream.
Yeah.
Weak window is just like buy. Those like no, can't. That was fun. That was fun for a minute.
Yes, the chat caught on to it. My dog is snoring, so I keep going on mute because she decided to join me today.
Take a little nap.
Yep.
Yeah. Let's update that P&L, Jack. How are we looking on the house account?
We are up.
Order filled.
Type it in right now. Plus.
Excellent.
Do we use commas? Let's use a comma.
There's a future song about effing up some commas.
Yeah. Right now, just a member of the Una Comma Club.
F up some commas, yeah.
Today.
What kind of J? All right. We got 5 minutes. He's got that? Yeah. FF's gets it. Hogue back was first recap in a minute. Morning recap coming at you after this. Hogue, do some prep. I got morning recap coming up after that. And oh man, then we got trade with TopStep, Dolby, myself, and Chad N. How Chad N's been navigating these markets as well. It's so much more in store today. Markets are twitchy right now. Markets are waiting for the next headline to drop. Didn't expect that Musk headline at all. Maybe had a little bit of effect on the market. Starting to see some headlines out of the Middle East as well. It's a tricky day right now. Stop. Man, I like that trade too. Hoop, I saw that shit too.
Yep. Man. Just these retracements are, that's why you have, this is what Jay and I have been talking about and all the coaches. This is why you trade micros, so you can manage the risk, these moves. Look at that move from where Jack was talking, 50.07.02 to 676 like that.
Orderly though. I mean, it's just, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Happening in slow motion. The moves are significant, but just happening in slow motion, I guess, is the adjusting. Like Hogue says, grinding, stripping the gears, changing it up. Jack, good job on the house account. Coach Jay, still locked up. For now. Guys, frustration absolutely nailed that call. Hoop, can we update your P&L before we get out of here?
Up $165.
Order filled.
Just navigating. House account is flat right now. Again, trade with top of Chad N. Looking forward to see how Chad N chops it up in the XFA. Trade micros as well. It's definitely something to that.
I don't like that at all.
It's not verified, George. It was just inner circle. You know how it is. Shit gets leaked out of there.
It's from Politico.
I mean, make him feel 1,000 lot upside. 1,000 lot gone. 1,000 lot now up to 57.22. Okay. Games.
What was the 9 a.m. news that we had? Factory orders? We just bounced right off the high of that candle in the Nasdaq.
You're always looking at that, Jay. You're always looking the news, where the candles pop or sell off to, and when you see the retracement, you always look to see the knee jerk where it stops out the knee jerk movement, and then you always keep that in the back of your mind. You annotate those. You always have those in the back of your head.
Some of them I'll leave on my charts, like the FOMC candle that stays on the quant hour charts that I have, just because that was a significant market moving event. But like this one for the day, I'll leave this on, but after today, I'll take it off. and because there's going to be another news event that we should look at.
Mm-hmm. All right, a couple minutes left here. Coach of the Pit Raiders, thanks for joining us on Fast Markets today. Hoop, thoughts, I know we'll see in the chat as well. Thoughts for the rest of the day. Stay nimble. Micros, what are you thinking, Coach Hoop?
Yeah, I mean, I think as we kind of day progresses, I just, maybe watch the show. I don't participating in this is, as you just saw, 30 handles come pretty quick.
Much better.
That advice, though. Definitely watch the show. Stay tuned, bell to bell, Top Step TV. One more time, click like, follow, and subscribe. Closing in on 155,000 subscribers. Great stuff. A lot more in store. Everyone, make sure Coach Jay at the buzzer, head coach of Lunatics, at the buzzer is going to be wild. If this actually goes down, wow.
Should be pretty crazy. Should be a good show.
Slow time. Still very quiet out of the White House in regards to the tariff talk. And we saw Mexico, Canada, EU, all commenting on it, posturing what you have. We'll see. Anyways, a lot more coming out. The White House has been very, very quiet. We'll see if that is the case for the rest of the day. Man, oh man, we got the morning recap coming up next. Stay tuned. Host bringing it hot today. I know he's got a lot to talk about there. We'll talk about this gold as well. Hoop, Jack, Jay, awesome stuff. We are not done today on Top Step TV. A lot more in store. Top Step TV, let's go.
Order filled.
Oh, fuck. I like that. Let's wait for this thing. Nice. Come on down. Come on down. Oh, that's my boy was here.
Oh,
We're at 2-to-1 R.
Broke. So.
We're at 2-to-1 R on this trade right now.
I just reread Best Loser Wins by Tom Hugard.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only really kind of trading thing that I was looking at. And it just, I feel like I have to be careful because he is such an advocate of holding on to and adding on to winners. I've got that kind of mindset right now. Like, I think we should be buying more here, but I got to be careful with that. I don't really like the position as far as where it is in relation to yesterday's range of value. So I think we're good just holding on to this one lot for now.
Yeah.
And I when I read that book the first time, I tried to hold on to everything for a home run. It just, you got to be careful with it.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. I'm kind of on the other side of the bell curve there, Hogue. I kind of want to take this 2-to-1 R and then hold on and get back in better trade locations. The way we're stalling out here, I feel like a minor little pullback is imminent. We hit yesterday's volume point and control up at 31.6240, which is exactly our 2-to-1 R. Top ticked it right there. We're right there right now.
2-to-1 is a great risk reward ratio there, JD. So good. I mean, me personally, I like below value here around settlement. If we could hold this line below settlement, right at, that's kind of where I'm looking right now. If we break down, then we're going somewhere else.
You take it, JD, but I might yell at you for touching it later.
Oof, look at that.
I know, right? We
That's
did.
my kind of candle, man.
We worked so hard trying not to touch these trades while you were gone, Hog. Hogue, we were thinking about you the entire time. Like, don't touch the trade, don't touch the trade, don't touch the trade. All right, we just got out. We just Lenny'd it. I touched it.
Okay.
I put
All
that
right.
offer in.
We'll look for a pullback.
We got a $527 profit to play with.
Beautiful.
Looking for a minor.
It's a great
pullback.
start, JD.
All right.
520 in 13 minutes. Not bad.
Beautiful.
I was counting up 527. All right.
Made almost $10 a minute there. Oh no, more than $10 a minute, right? 13 minutes.
$100 a minute.
We're 3 ticks above our exit price. Jonathan Pape wants to know why we're on mute. We are not on mute. Check your volume, Pape. All right, so now we'll look for a pullback and a re-entry. Still looking at a 1 minute chart. Oh, I'm looking at a 15 minute. Here we are. Here's our 1 minute chart.
I would
so
say
we bounced off.
Say the odds of that are pretty good, JD. I mean, look at the overnight. You know, it was just chop. Put in a high, new low, new high, low, back up to the high. I like the trade, JD. Nice job.
We bounced off of
$10 we had here the other day.
Oh yeah, look at that textbook.
Not bad.
Well, we got that pullback. We kissed yesterday's volume point of control, 3162.40 twice, and we're taking a move back right now. I've got an overnight VWAP at 3154.30, which is at the low of the opening range, right at the low of the opening
order
range.
filled.
So, see what kind of pullback we can get here. I do. I'm kind of leaning towards the long side now. My initial bias was to the short side in gold earlier this morning, but that nice long, it's kind of changed my mind. We'll see what kind of pullback we get here. We'll try and re-enter on the long side. Again, we're going to be looking at the opening range trade in crude oil. We'll look at the 1 minute opening range in just about 25 minutes. Until then, Mr. Hoagland. Oh, let's go over the rest of the economic calendar for the day real quick, and then we'll dive into some charts. Nothing else out until 9 o'clock this morning. We have factory orders coming out at 9 a.m. Central Time. Crude inventories, the EIA natural gas report, or petroleum status report at 9:30 Central Time. And then Treasury buyback statement and a talking Fed later this afternoon should be a non-event. But tariff news will be the news for the day. Again, we're expecting those announcements to come out at about 3 o'clock Central Time. But me, personally, I'm expecting a few leaks throughout the day. So I'll be on my toes. I'll be watching the news all day, and I'll try and keep you guys as informed as possible. All right, Mr. Hoagland. You want to dive into some charts? It's been a couple days. You ready to do this?
Yeah, of course.
All right.
I would be remiss if I did not get my homework done early this morning. I was up at 4:30 this morning, grabbing some coffee, taking a look at the charts, thinking about what's been going on. I'm glad to see that the markets are still here after vacation. That's always a plus. So as always, starting with the weekly and the S&Ps, we had a few tough weeks there. Seems as though we're starting to kind of put in a little bit of a base here, a little bit of ranging here, perhaps beginning here in the S&Ps. I do see a measure of continuation, potential down to 53.45. 53.45. We've kind of settled into an area of slight balance here, where maybe the daily will kind of show this a little bit better. So, last week's high, last week's low, really the upper and lower extremes for the last two weeks, maybe 3 weeks of trading days. We've got the 10% off the all-time high in the March contract sitting down here at 56.11 even. Now, that was pretty close to last week's low. We looked below it and rejected that on Monday, back into the area of balance, back to a potential kind of resistance area. I know everybody has been looking at this, about 5,700 area for potential resistance. But again, we're still in a downtrend here in the weekly time frame, the daily time frame. We've got a pullback and a potential measured move down to, again, 53.45. the 10% off the March all-time high, that 56.11, is getting some attention as we speak and in the overnight session. So we'll take a look at that here in just a minute on the 30-minute chart. And then we've got that 15% off the all-time high in March, which is down at 52.99.75 for all intents and purposes. Let's just call that 5,300. Look at what we've got going on here in the daily chart. We have the 200 session moving average. 59.20.61. We have the 50 session moving average. 49.42. So we're about 20 points away from a potential death cross where the 50 session moving average rolls underneath the 200 session moving average. Dun, dun, dun. Nice ominous sound. Ominous sound. Who knows what's going to happen? A lot of uncertainties, a lot of things out there, a lot of worries about tariffs. This too shall pass, but we're going to try and find ways to take advantage of that. Vince, did you have something you wanted to mention here on this 30 daily chart? I know you were probably looking at that death cross as well.
Yeah, I'm watching that, Hogue. Actually, in the Russell, we actually, if you look at the Russell, somebody asked me yesterday, like, oh, can you look at the Russell? And I looked at it, and the Russell, it's already crossed over. Not yet in the other equities, though. So not in the Nasdaq, I don't think, S&Ps or the Dow yet. But I'm pretty sure in the Russell, it has crossed.
I'm hoping that the Russell is not the canary in the coal mine for the rest of it.
I don't think so. Does anybody trade the Russell? Or
I know Eddie's been watching it. I know a few people that have been watching it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Maybe that's the true leader of the pack.
The leader of the pack.
Yeah, it's the hush market.
Yeah. All right. Well, here's the 30-minute chart. We've got a lot of overnight inventory to the short side. Where do we open? We open right about here last night. We're trading down here. So that's a lot of overnight inventory to the short side. We're, again, testing that 10% off the all-time high, 56.11 area. We tested down to it. Let me remove this. Remove that. Tested down to it. Weren't able to go below it. Last week's low is in that area. There was also an afternoon pullback low from yesterday. So the market, opened the range, put in the high. Well, this is as far as the market was able to pull back yesterday. And then, in short time frame, you can make a trend out of any time frame. We know in the longer time frames, the trend is to the downside. But if you were just to look at this, we've got a higher high, we've got a higher low, we've got a higher low, we've got a higher high. Market seems to be in a short time frame trend to the upside. Is there's going to be a bear flag? Well, I would say there's pretty decent probability of that, but we're holding that 10% off the all-time high in March. We're not the only ones looking at this, gentlemen. Almost every trader and every time is well aware of those percentages off the all-time highs, particularly in the equities. The one thing I don't like about the buyers in this area is the exactness of the levels where they are responding to the marketplace. Yesterday's low was directly at